Alright everyone, we're about 1 week away till my giveaway for the free set of EIBACH springs is over. It ends on September 15th. It was previously 25 entries, but now until the end of the giveaway, which is the 15th, it is 100 entries. So it's 4 times entries by simply picking up a Trigger Society shirt. I have the link in the description. A $25 shirt counts as towards 100 entries, towards a $350 pair of EIBACH springs. Simply click the link, and again, it ends on September 15th. Alright, so I wanted to just touch on one quick thing again before we get started. Now, I mentioned in quite a few videos in the past, and you would know if you've been following my channel here for a while, that I was planning, or have been planned, had everything booked, hotel, all that stuff, to go to Mustang Week. Clearly, I am here in Texas, and it is Mustang Week, and I'm not over there in Myrtle Beach for Mustang Week. So, long story short, without getting into too much detail about everything that has happened in just the last few days, we were planning on obviously going without our kids. A trip like that is virtually impossible with 2 kids. Long story short, some things got in the way and happened that prevented us from pulling apart from our kids for the week for Mustang Week. The day that I'm filming this, which today is Monday, was the day we were planning on heading out, arriving late on Tuesday. So, it sucks for anybody that was there that was counting on me being there. I apologize. I spoke with Italian Selling 410 because we had plans to get together and make content with him and everybody else in his group. Let him know that I was unable to come, so it sucks. But because of that, shit happens. I know it's a year out, but we are planning on making a for sure trip for that for the 2024 Mustang Week. But on that note, I'm going on my way right now to the dealership I went to that had the red 2024 base model GT. They contacted me. They have a premium performance pack 24 GT that is out on the lot. It is outside, and I can drive it. I haven't driven one, so I'm going to be taking the car out, take it for a test drive, get my overall true opinion of the car. This one is a premium. It's got Recaro seats. It's got the full screen display, not the 2 half screens. So I'm going to be able to give a full, to the best of what I can, my opinion of the car, how it feels, drives, performs, all that stuff, compared to one that was sitting in the showroom. So that is where I'm heading on now. So enough with the talking. Let's pick this video up at the dealership. All right, I am back here at Bill Utter Ford here in Denton. It's where I was at the previous video I did talking about the red base they had there in the showroom. All right, so this one here is a performance pack. It's a performance pack. They're asking for this one $55,800. So performance pack. It does not have the active exhaust, so that was not an option on this specific car. So from what I understood, this one was a customer order car, so they specifically ordered it how they wanted it, but for whatever reason it fell through. However, I understood it, so now the car is available here at Bill Utter Ford. So let's open it up real quick. It has the Recaro seats. It's got the 10-speed auto. These seats are super nice. They hug you. If you are larger in size or thick around the waist, I would not recommend the Recaros. I would go with the heated and cools. Just my opinion. I would probably stay away from these if you're thick. My opinion, to be honest, because I'm a smaller guy and they hug me pretty damn good. But they look super awesome. So with the performance pack, you get the spoiler, which I like. As I said, it's the non-active. If it has active exhaust, you're gonna have the quad tips, so the dual on either side. That's how you could tell if it's active. Personally, I still think they should still put duals on the rear. In my opinion, that looks too much like an EcoBoost. A V8 should have quad tips. Just my opinion. Alright, so let's see on the inside. Alright, so in the last video, if you guys watched that I did about the base they had here in the showroom, that interior, in my opinion, like I said, it was pretty bland. It didn't really have a lot of splash to it or anything like that. So now here with the premium, it is a bit more premium. So what I mean by that here, they have like stitching along all this, which is nice. They still got the carbon fiber look, but all of this here is like chrome. And the screen, as most of you already are aware, is one solid piece. The base splits this up into two separate iPads. Now you have just one massive one. The side door panels, it is a bit more premium plush. But as I said before, it's the same door panel off of S650. It's 100% the same panel. All these are the same. They just reuse all of this, but they'd use different inserts. It's an S650. In my opinion, it is a refresh S650. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it's a refresh S650. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this going here. Let me start it up. Get the AC going. Alright, so they got this on Fox body mode. Okay, so to put this here in different modes: normal, track, sport, drag strip, slippery. So let's go down, put it in sport. Alright, so we're in sport. Now, see, all of this I'm getting used to. So now to change all of that, so that's the Fox body screen. You go to cluster themes. You got right now, you got the Fox body, calm, soothing to the eyes, track mode. Alright, so that's pretty sweet looking. And then you got sport mode. That's probably my favorite looking right there, is the sport mode one. And you got normal. That's kind of like the S650s right now. And then you got match drive mode. I'm confused. That looks a lot like what is it? The sport mode? Yeah. So let's go back, for the sake of things, go back to Fox body. That one's pretty sweet. Okay, so the cluster, the screen here, you have all the same abilities on the premium, the performance packs, as you do on the base model. Now with the base model, as I said, it's just an open space here. So you don't lose anything here if you decide to go premium. It's just a blank space, but it looks like one solid piece. It does look better with the one solid piece. I'll give it that. If I were to order one, I would want to order premium because I think it looks better. I like the premium interior. The Recaro seats look like they're the same ones out of the S650s, but they're not heated, obviously. They're not cooled. They're not automatic, so you gotta move it with your hand. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna take this thing for a drive. I'm gonna have Cam with me, the dude who sold me my S650 right there. He's gonna be in the car with me. I haven't driven one yet. I want to take it out for a spin. I want to give my true, honest thoughts and opinion of the car. And again, still, if I decide if I want to order one, I want to be able to take it out and see how it rides and performs and all that kind of stuff. Before we do that, I just wanted to point something out. So these obviously have the dual intakes and throttle bodies. Now, they also, like they do in the 2022, 2023s, they clogged up the air intake with all that extra stuff because of the EPA. They also have that here also inside of these also as well. So if you were to purchase one, if you were to take that stuff out like we did here on the 2022 on mine, you regain that horsepower that you lost. So that was 460, and because of that you lost 10 horsepower, so it's about 450. These come with the non-active exhaust 480, so I'm sure if you unclogged all this stuff, you could probably gain that 10 horsepower back, which would probably put you about 490-ish. I'm assuming performance pack, you're at 486, you unclog that, you're close to the 500 mark by freeing up the air in here, which is just a few horsepower away from the dark horse. So something to keep in mind, that's 480, 486 with everything they did inside of the dual intakes. Secondly, this is just what I heard. A lot of the reason why they decided to go with the dual throttle bodies is a combination of the restrictions with the EPA and how they're cracking down on stuff, and how Ford was wanting to get a specific horsepower number out of the car. From everything that I've heard and that I've read and people that I've spoke with, it was the best way for them to get the power they needed and to abide by all the restrictions and everything that is the EPA is cracking down. So that was a lot of the reason why they went that route. I do want to point out one more thing before we go for a drive. My overall thoughts on the screen, the dual throttle bodies, and all that kind of stuff. I honestly wish they still had the eyebrows. If they wanted to do screen, I feel like they could have redesigned this so it's integrated into the dash, so it doesn't feel like they flattened out the dash, took away the eyebrows, and just slapped a giant screen iPad on the dash. I feel it's very focus group oriented, and what I mean by that is like all the Ford people got around in like a room, sat around a table, and we're talking, and we're like, geez, how do we reinvent the Mustang? How do we bring in a younger group of people? How do we make it cooler? I have an idea. Let's put two giant iPads or one massive iPad in the dash, and then let's add two throttle bodies, two air intakes under the hood. I feel like this is, I mean, even though it's cool looking, it's integrated. My opinion, I feel like you should have multiple options. You should have the option, if you decide to have the screen, you should have an option to have analog, and like what they had on the premium S650s as an option with the screen that's integrated in the dash. That's just my thoughts and opinion on that right there. All right, we're gonna hop on the freeway here. It feels, first impression immediately, more solid. It feels heavier. I don't know if it actually is heavier. It just feels more solid. Maybe, I don't know if that's because it's the performance pack option and mine's just a premium with all the added components on the performance pack, but. Oh, I gotta put that. So I'm in standard mode. I forgot I was gonna flip this over to sport mode. So after we, I'll flip it over here to sport mode in a second. Oh. Yeah, if you're sitting at a stoplight and you get bored, you can just play with, just play with that thing. Whee! Stiff, that's for sure. Alright, so my first initial impressions, I feel like this, maybe because it is the performance pack, it feels more solid, it's stiffer, feels heavier. What's the weight on this thing you said?
About 3,700 pounds.
Okay, so I mean, it's roughly about the same, maybe a little bit heavier than the S650 Premiums. Sport mode feels pretty responsive. To me, it feels almost the same as it does with the S650s. Now, if you're gonna trade in, if you currently have an S650 now, and if you're potentially looking to trade in a base model or a premium, and you like to track your car, I would definitely think you're doing yourself an injustice if you don't get the performance pack option. Performance pack, what is that, about a $5,000 upgrade?
Roughly.
So you get all the same upgrades on this S650 performance packs that you get here on this option here, But if you track the car, or you just like to have a lot of fun on the back roads, definitely go with the performance pack. I am surprised this one doesn't have the active exhaust option, so that's a surprise to me that that isn't included in this. She gets out, man. She gets out.
Never gets old.
Man, once they unlock the ECUs in this thing's gonna just...
Oh,
this thing has so much potential, it's frustrating that you can't do shit with them right now. That doesn't get old, man, that doesn't get old at all.
Man, that old Charger kind of scared me because
I was like, that's not
yeah,
that's not what I think it is it? No, we're good.
You can always tell by the plates though.
Yeah.
It has letters in the beginning.
That's why I took a second. I'm like, we good? We good.
Yeah, it's happened before. Got pulled over on a test drive. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah. This was like a year into this job.
Yeah.
I forgot to put a plate on the back. And
Oh no.
it was one of those stricklers, so it was really confusing because like she was hot, so I was like, oh no, do you want to arrest me or?
You can throw the handcuffs on me. All right, so I just want to say thanks again to Cam here at Bill Utter Ford. I'll put his information again here on the screen. If I end up not picking up this car or any other car that I potentially decide to order, this car here is still available. It is the performance pack, the non-active exhaust option with the Recaro seats. Okay, so just got done taking it for a test drive. This thing gets out. It moves for stock power. It does feel faster stock over a 22, 23. Obviously, it does got extra 35-ish horsepower. So you definitely feel that, especially on the top end there. My overall opinion, if you have a S650 that you've already started to mod, and you like to upgrade parts and make them go faster and all that kind of stuff, is it worth to go from one of those, something that you could tune, to this? Honestly, if you like to tune your car and modify them heavily, make them go faster, throw an E85 tune on it, headers, a blower, honestly, since they're untunable, my opinion, I would hold off. Not because there's anything wrong with the car aesthetically. I think that, you know, the screens look cool, it performs great, the dual throttle bodies is cool. If you like to modify, if it was me, I would wait. Now, if you want to have the latest and greatest technology that Ford offers in a Mustang with the screens, the overall factory power, and you don't care about upgrading as of yet, then yes, this is definitely an option for you. But if you like to modify, as I said, I would hold off for now, because if you buy one, it might be a year or so. Hopefully not quite that long, but it might be that long before you could throw an aftermarket tune on it, potentially a blower, turbo, whatever it may be. You're limited on what you could do. But it is a step up significantly from the base that we took a look at here in the showroom. It is more plush. I like the screens as it's one solid piece, but it just depends what you have and what you're looking for, to be honest. What position that you're in, that's my stance. If you want to modify, I would hold off. If you don't care about that stuff, and you like the technology, then yeah, it's definitely something for you. For me, the screens, it's not necessarily for me. That's not something that's going to sell me on the car. For me, it's a gimmick. It's trying to make the car look new and attract a younger crowd. To me, I don't care about that stuff. I like my analog. I like what they have in the S550s. That's just me personally. Not saying that these are bad with the screens and the dual throttle bodies. To me, that's not the kind of thing that would sell me on this car. But you know what? That's just me. I'm not speaking for everyone. That's just my overall opinion of it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna close this video out. If anybody is interested in this particular car right here, or potentially ordering a specific spec exactly how you would like it, I will put Cam's information in the description. But thanks again to Cam for letting me take the car out and take it out for a spin. My giveaway for the EIBACH springs, as I said, that ends on September 15th. Pick yourself up a shirt. 100 entries for every shirt that you purchase. You guys have a good one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye.